Pendulum are an act that have been around since the dawn of the 2000s, producing some interesting drum and bass beats, and they had a very good album with Immersion that really caught my attention, as well as many bands such as In Flames, who even appeared on one of the tracks. So this was a band that caught my attention, and then they broke up, like most other bands tend to. But they returned, they reformed, and of course now they're starting to tour and put out music, and Anima is their first EP since the band have reformed. Hi people, and hello my chili con carnes crew, and welcome to this 5-minute review on Pendulum's newest EP, Anima. So as I told you, the band did split up at what seemed to be their height of success and went on and formed a few other bands. One of the most notable ones was of course Knife Party, and they did, all the electronic rock kind of acts. It was more a spiritual successor of what Pendulum had on offer from their latest release, Immersion, and it was a pretty good effort. When you go to their first album, for example, Hold Your Color, which was very much drum and bass compared to Immersion, which was much more electronic rock, it was certainly different. Not too much, but certainly different. The band decided to really pick up instruments and play and learn them, and they did quite well. So when I heard that Pendulum were returning and they had recorded new music, I definitely had to check them out. Anima is the end result. 4 tracks on offer. Tracks Halo, which has Bullet for My Valentine, also as a guest musician. Color Fast, a track just with the band. Mercy Killing, which also features Scarlax, I think I've mispronounced that. And of course Silent Spinner. This effort is the first one that they've released in over 14 years nearly. So I'm intrigued. Do I go into this with high hopes, or what to expect? I don't know. I'm very curious though as to figuring it out. And I gotta say, when I did play this short EP, which is only about 15 minutes long, so go ahead and play it please, because it's only a short run, it was good. It was very good. I didn't have much hopes because when I did watch them do a cover, which was on Triple J, I didn't like it, whichever the cover was. I can't remember it now. And I didn't have much hopes. The band sounded good, the band sounded tight, but I just didn't know what direction they were going for. And then this one comes out, and it feels a little bit of a return to a form, but at the same time they're also stepping foot with Immersion. And it's really awesome to hear. Halo is definitely more electronic side of things, but Color Fast, of course, swings back to that drum and bass kind of sounds from their previous time. And I gotta say, it is an awesome track. That beginning loop, fantastic. It's just awesome sound I'm hearing from the band and its spiritual successor. And I mean, Pendulum is a band that I really do love, because I remember I've got very good memory when it comes to The Island Part 2, and that was my ringtone every time I woke up when I was on a trip in Thailand. Yep, that's right. I set this as my alarm ringtone, so that every time I woke up in the morning, The Island Part 2 would be pumping. And I knew that they would get me in a really good mood to go out and party and just have an awesome time. It was just pump up tunes. And I've got to say, Anima does follow in this style. They have written some very good tunes here. They do kind of pump you up, not to the nearest degree that there was from 14 years ago, but it's still a very solid EP. So I am very intrigued to see what they've got coming out in the future. The first 2 tracks are probably my favourite, with Bullet for My Valentine on the performance of Halo, and of course Color Fast. I'm not saying that Mercy Killing wasn't bad, it was a pretty good track, but definitely these first 2 tracks, to me at least, are the highlight. Overall, I will give this EP a score of 6 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Halo and Color Fast. It is awesome to see a band that you love come back and write more music. So I am very intrigued by what they have on offer. And I think this EP is a tantalising effort by the band to show what they will be coming up with in the future. So I will be definitely keeping an eye on the band to see what comes out. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us, and stay notified for future music related content, because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always people, you have a great day and stay spicy.